I just wanted a serious paddle, damn it. This is why you can never have friends. This is why friends are terrible. Welcome to my home, first of all. I want to thank you for actually showing up.
That's so sad.
Apparently everybody else wants to spend the big money at cons and not learn how to do it a little bit cheaply.
I've already done that.
So they can maximize their, even though they're all wipes of shit. So, let's start off with the basics. Who here has a job? Okay, so we don't have to get into the basics, but let's go over it a little bit. First thing you want to do is get a job. I think that's the basic thing. I don't care what you do, as long as you do something good at it, and you do good at it, and you make some good money. You save a little bit, right? You always have to save. Yes, you're not going to make the big money that says, hey, I can just go to whatever con I want to feel like this weekend. Maybe you can. But my biggest thing is always save. Always save, and if you think you have enough for a con, save a little bit more. Shut up this way. What? No, I'm right. You always have to save money. When it comes to convention planning, the biggest thing you can do right now is just start saving money for the con. It doesn't have to be a lot. I'd say, what, $50, $25, whatever you can afford it.
$10 a week.
$10 is enough to go to a con.
Enough to go to con. You just gotta, first you gotta budget, right? You gotta budget the essentials. You gotta budget the flight. You gotta budget in the food, transportation, if you take a bus or something, or, rooming. That's one of the things that is important is, as long as you have an idea of how much you're gonna spend, and you start saving towards that goal, it's gonna be a whole lot easier than just saying, you know what, I gotta work overtime just to make it to the con. You can just have to already start saving. By the time it's time,
how do you do it cheaply?
shut up, I'm getting there. I'm just starting the basics because you know what, because I always see when I always make an announcement of a con, hi, I wish I could go, but I can't afford it. Well, you don't have to be that guy. You can just be the one that actually says, you know what, I'm gonna work to it and I'm gonna make it, and because cons don't do it less than 6 months. Cons give you at least a year to plan, right? I think cons give you generally a year to plan, right? Hey, we're gonna be here 2019, 2020, how many cons? Maybe they were announced, what, last year? Who favored me? BNP, shut up. I love you, bitch, shut up. You're fine. So, that would be the first thing. Get a job. I don't care what it is. I mean, hell, let me ask you another question. Who here is at least somewhat computer literate? Who can type? Okay.
What's a computer?
Basically, there's really, if you're a brony and you're basically just spending time on the internet all the time, there really is no job you can't do. Like especially if you're in a sort of a mid-major city and beyond, you can always find a job in data entry. Nice. Data entry is sort of that basic job you can. Hey, he's on. Data entry is basically the basic job you can do, right? You can find like some, like I said, if you don't have a job and you want to go to a con, the basic thing you can do if you're a brony and you kind of litter on the internet is take a job in basic data entry, right? It doesn't pay much. It's your entry-level job, but not only you get experience in typing, but you can also kind of learn that industry. That was what happened. I mean, I took a job in data entry, and I ended up now making $16 an hour, and now living in Texas from California.
Big money.
Because I made good money. Because guess what? I took a job, I stuck with it, and I worked up from there, and that's how it works. You get a job, you work, get the experience, and then they move you up, and you make a lot more money. And sort of that half-assed job that you thought that you could probably stick for maybe 2 or 3 months ends up being your career. you're gonna know where else to go. That's not gonna be.
Okay, so now I got a job. What do I do next?
All right, so you got the job, now you're flying. The first thing first is going to be the biggest expense, and also the first expense, the most upfront expense you're gonna buy is the flight or your transportation to the con. Now, I have a philosophy. It really doesn't damn matter how you get there. You get there in the end. So I'm going to recommend an airline, and you're not gonna like it, but I'm gonna say Spirit Airlines. It is the cheapest, generally the cheapest flight out. It usually isn't, but sometimes you get them really damn cheap. Obviously, there are sites that shut up. There are sites you can find cheaper flights than what they're offering. They are budget airlines, but there are flights that you can offer cheaper. For example, Kayak would be a good example. Google Flights. Skyscanner would be a good one. I know there's an app called Hopper, right? That doesn't really tell you the cheapest flights, but it gives you a timetable based on averages on where the cheapest date you're going to get that flight. So if you save enough money on that day, and the day comes, you're probably going to choose flight to that convention.
There's one vehicle on around Tuesday after, so around like 3 p.m.
Hi, are you doing the panel?
I'm helping you out here.
Shut up, sit down. No. Watch the throne. Yeah.
So flights.
Flights, yeah. Now, also depending on where you are and what the destination is, Spirit Airlines, Southwest. Hey, I'm getting some bread. Southwest Airlines actually offers sales, right? They offer sale, they offer 2 check bags, and that's the thing about Southwest is because they offer check bags, you kind of have to do the math and say, okay, well, this airline is cheaper, but they charge for bags, so we add that, and then this airlines, they give me 2 bags free. So which is cheaper? With bags or without bags? You have to do that math. Unless I forget, at least that's a free snack. You might want a free snack or 2 because you're doing this on the cheap. So anytime you get free snacks, it's a bonus, right?
It's only pretzels now.
And a soda.
Yeah. Pretzels and soda.
And a soda, that's important. And a soda.
Half a soda. I'll let you ask for 2.
Unless you ask for the can, and I asked for the can, they give me the can.
That's a good piece of advice. So I
Proactive.
Yeah, proactive.
There you go. That's the one place that you got now.
Always ask. And if they ask for money, then just say no.
Money for complimentary.
Don't be afraid to take public transportation. I mean, Greyhound might be cheaper, or, if you have the time to invest, obviously. What are you doing? Who are you? I don't know. Go sit down.
Well, why are you cajoling the guests?
I need bodies here. Dang it, I need to look popular at least. So, and plus flights are not the most, they are.
So flights are expensive. Use Spirit Airlines or Southwest. What's next?
There are plenty of ground transportation options as well. You have, depending on if it's a regional thing, you can always do megabus. I know it's not pretty, but I've done it. I actually did it from Anaheim to San Francisco once. $13. Seriously, if you want to go to Babcock from Southern California, megabus, most you're going to spend is like $20.
How long does that take you?
8 hours. Again, that general rule, if you want to do things on the very cheap, you don't have a choice. It's more about getting there than it is the destination. Which is why, I wrote Spirit, because it's going to treat you like crap, but the important part is you get there.
Are you saying that the less money you spend, the more time you spend getting there?
Yeah, basically. But you get there. Again, it's not about sitting next to some loser. It's more about getting to the convention, getting to hang with friends, getting to buy merch, getting to be creepy against, that PA that you like. Even though they don't like you back. Did I tell us about that? Did I hit a nerve there? I love you.
So we made it to the convention. What now?
Yeah. Okay. Now this is the part where planning starts getting full. Okay, who has friends?
What are friends?
Okay, you guys are seriously sad. Okay, maybe not friends, but room shares. People are always offering room shares And you know, it's a good way of networking. Just don't make things inconvenient for them.
What if I don't have friends? Where do I find these room shares?
Well, then you have to pay extra. Get your own hotel room, loser.
That's a lie. And you know that's a lie.
That's a lie. Just room share. The people are offering room shares.
Where?
Okay. On the Twitter, people are offering room shares. I know BronyCon has the forums, right, where the people offer room shares. Hell, the Ponyville Red Light District has the fucking room shares. And if you wanna ask what it is, don't ask. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. Maybe I should have said that. You know what? It's honest. People are offering room shares.
Isn't there a site, like a couple of different forum sites? You could just say forum sites.
No, very specific. Because then you're gonna start searching, you're gonna find things you don't want to see. Compared to that.
Well, I mean, you already mentioned the Ponyville Red Light District.
Listen, I'm doing my best here. I'm human, all right?
Okay.
Now,
you find a room share. Got it.
okay, finding a room share. Now, obviously, if you're going to spend the extra money to get your own hotel room, then obviously you don't want to be here, so get the fuck out. But if you don't want to spend too much on a room, obviously a room share would be the best option with either strangers or friends. Friends, unless you're a loser. And people are mostly not offering, not gonna, ask for more than $100. That usually tends to be the average line, like, you know what, right? That would be the best option. And if you cannot be friends and you don't know how to do that, I'm sorry for you, but, I'm sorry.
Okay, so I'm there, I got a room, what's next?
Okay, next. What?
Sometimes it happens to nearby airports, they might actually be a lot cheaper.
Well, how do you get into the actual convention? Don't you need something from that?
I think it's safe to say that you're gonna have to pay for the full badge. It's not really a workaround on that. You're gonna have to buy the badge.
But
Volunteer.
there's usually
Yes, volunteer. Okay. Shut up. Look, yes. In order, and this is not my personal preference, but if you want to get a free badge, most conventions offer the program where you kind of work, maybe 1 8-hour shift and get a free badge. Heck, they might even, if they're big enough, they might even throw a room share at you too. Those are rare. Maybe 2 conventions offer that. Maybe 3. They're big enough. But to be honest, a lot of conventions cannot afford that. They can't afford not just a badge, but a room for you. Because, they don't want to spend money. Right? Like this car. It's a small.
badges ever go on sale?
It's an endeavor. Buy the damn badges early, okay? Okay, let me throw in that. Shut up. You're just a professional heckler. Why'd you heckle somebody else?
You're just too easy.
That's what she said.
I just wanted a serious tackle, damn it.
You failed that with my
yourself.
This is why you can never have friends. This is why friends are terrible.
Wait, didn't you tell us that when you don't have a friend yourself?
Shut up!
Wait, for a second. Isn't friendship magic though?
No! No, it is heckling your own friend's convention panel. That's friendship. What?
What's a convention?
Okay.
I love you.
Okay.
Alright, so we got this badge because we're spending all our time volunteering for the convention. Now what?
Okay. It's good.
How do we afford merch? And how do we decide what merch is worthwhile buying?
That's up to you. That's subjective. Merch, what you buy on merch is subjective. Obviously, you don't want to spend your budget.
You mean subjective?
What did I say?
Objective.
Close enough.
They're literally the opposite.
Shut up. Let me sit down. Now, I hate you all so much. You and you. I hate both of you with passion.
Love you too, jealous.
Shut up. Now, when it comes to food.
Photo Anon says you're the big gay.
Oh, okay, says the furry. I'm probably gonna get banned for that on Twitter.
Probably. Just keep going.
Okay, so when it comes to food, clearly the biggest thing you need to do is obviously just don't buy an expensive meal. Just go ahead and buy snacks at the Walmart or the Dollar Tree. That's sort of your best option. Personally, I prefer to buy the things as a meal because, especially when you're in different areas, you can actually have a different taste of the local food, except for Ohio. There's no culture in food in Ohio. To be honest. Give me something from Ohio that people actually eat.
Casserole.
That's bad. That's disgusting. Like, let's throw it for example. California, EQLA, food trucks, In-N-Out, Babscon, pretentiousness. Burger has, crabs and shit. And,
Did you get crabs at
yes, I did.
Oh.
Blue crabs, I got, crab cakes. there was hairy crabs and then
big red ones?
red lobster, yeah.
Okay, let's keep going. So food.
Every Northwest has cheap, and that's big love.
Where do you get these snacks at Walmart?
And then obviously, Harmony Con has Texas barbecue. And then also, and then the one in Kansas City was kind of like this. So that's my personal preference, but if you're cheap like that, obviously just buy snacks for the weekend. Just cheap dollars and cents. Snacks. But it's just snacks.
What about alcohol if you're over the age of 21?
You obviously wait for friends to buy it for you. Or if there's liquor stores, you buy cheap $10 bottles. Are you streaming this live?
Yes.
You just don't realize.
I told you that 18 minutes ago.
It's been 18 minutes already?
Yes.
At least the mints are legal. Now. So I think that's basically it. Merch is sort of subjective, really. You want to buy the thing, just have enough money. Don't starve yourself to just buy the nicest print of, whatever one you like. And if you like Starlight Glimmer, obviously that thing is trash from the beginning, so there's really no point of buying Starlight Glimmer stuff. Or what? Hey, you said merch was subjective. Shut up. So that's basically my basic spiel about this. Obviously, you can do these little cheaper good cons for less than $500, but you gotta be in the right position at the right time. And honestly, anyone can do it. So I really don't want to hear about, I wish I could be there, but I can't afford it. You just gotta have the drive, energy. You gotta put in a damn effort, just some effort at one point or another.
Here's a real question. What would you say the average actual con budget should be?
Budget-wise, let's see. I want to say 150 per day. $500
$500?
around.
What about if you're out of state?
700.
Okay. 500 for local, 700 for out of state?
Yeah, more or less.
Overseas.
Overseas? Good luck. First, you shouldn't be coming to our country if you don't speak American. Do you speak American, boy?
Yeah, boy, yeah, I do.
All right, he speaks American. All right, that's good.
I think it's stolen too.
I think that's my basic spiel.
Okay. That's your basic, what's your advanced?
My advance is you create a con budget, right? You create a con budget with an Excel spreadsheet. And you factor in everything. And not only that, you factor everything, but you add a 10%, sort of a 10%, leeway, right? Like a cushion for each line item. You tally that all up, and you look at it and say, can I afford to come to this con with the amount of time I'm giving? Because everybody knows if they at least budget, they should know that, hey, this is the amount I can take per paycheck without being broke at the same time. or self-induced brokerage. And if you at least create a budget and everything on this 1 year beforehand, you at least have an idea of what you can save and what you need to get there.
Where do you put this mythical saved money?
In a savings account at a bank. If you don't have a bank, then I'm sorry for you. You're not part of the global economy. Or whatever. Any other questions over there? Yeah, shut up.
What about a high yield savings account?
Yeah, we have to. I hate you so much. Look, yes, high yield savings accounts, just save it, make sure you don't touch it, don't spend it. Emergencies might come up, like if you really want to come to that cause, it's gonna happen all the time. Okay. And I think that's one of the important things. Start saving, save big, simply run money with savings. Why? Because you don't want to go to a con for as like to the point of. Were you trying to create attention for yourself?
No, what about barbecue, man?
So the barbecue made you sit on the floor for 5 seconds.
I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah,
Continue, Chalice, please.
I think that's about it.
Okay. Are you going to turn it over to the floor for questions?
Everybody but you.
Okay.
Anybody has questions? You.
Would you have a specific budget for spending in like the vendor hall or just random foods?
That is subjective to how much you can save. Basically, the most important things that you're going to save now are flight, transportation from flight to hotel. If your hotel, the hotel that you are staying in does not offer a free flight from a free shuttle from the airport to the hotel. Not only that, you can also offer food, because that's important. Also rooming. So food, rooming, hotel, and hot bed. But beyond that, if you have enough saved and you're able to at least be comfortable with spending with, room and merchandise and booze, go nuts. Any other questions? All right, well, you have a good day over there. Bye-bye.
I don't know what to do.
That sounds like me a lot. Anybody else? Or are you just going to watch the drink?
It's a powerful Gatorade right there.
It is. I like to call it Russian collusion. There's have some vodka liquid in there. Oh, it's Russian. Question? The most expensive con I've ever been to.
Master of subtlety.
What? What did you say?
What's the most expensive con you've ever been to? Focus.
Okay, most expensive con I've ever been to. That's too bad.
That's not really.
Yeah, because the alcohol is pretty expensive there.
Not very good.
Well, I mean, getting the flight there was pretty cheap. I mean, everything was cheap getting there. It was just, the hotel was cheap too. It's just, I think it would be if you do not have a car, or at least a friend with a car, it would be a little more expensive if you don't have a way to the Walmart. Because the Walmart's a bit away this way. But the same way you say it about BabsCon, because it is expensive to dine around the area. You don't really have a place to go get snacks. Unless you have someone with a car to go, south down to either Target or a Walmart. All the other, like this con, you have easy transportation, at least mass transportation to the Walmart there, right? You get these cheap goods. It's cheap because food gets expensive really quickly.
So would you suggest making a con friend and take you to Walmart?
Well, I would suggest having a friend in general.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yes, you make friends. I know what you're trying to do. It's not working on me, right?
Clearly it is.
All right, you got 2 minutes. What's your
Look, worst case scenario, you can take an Uber. All right. or take the bus, or take the train, whatever the hell.
What's the cheapest con you've ever been to?
Cheapest con? Your mom's con.
I don't think you really want to go to that one.
Cheapest con? Actually, I don't use this one, really. Because I don't live like maybe 2 miles away. So I'd rather spend a lot in like hotel or flight or anything. But if you, like I said, if you really want to go like, con out of your state, you're going to spend a little bit extra. But with this panel only, then at least you have a general idea of, at least a starting point of how do I find a way to do this cheaper so I can go to more cons out of state. Shut up. Shut up, you too. Okay, so any other questions? We're all good?
Be like me and fucking bike across the country.
That's called being a hippie. Who's next? Who's next? Don't give me that look away stare. You're all like, yes, Theo.
Who went into the fight? A gun with a sword or a sword with a gun?
Sword gun. Sword gun.
Well, that's a good question. What was the question again?
Who went into the fight? A gun with a sword or a sword with a gun?
Sword with a gun. Okay. Closing statements. I want to say thank you for coming. I want to thank you all for being precious to the point that you all came, except for you, and you. Everybody else, you're great, but all the other, like the people I pointed out, you all suck. And I hope you get nightmares tonight about your wife being fucked by whatever channel.
So much for family friendly.
So much for you sitting down and shutting up.
I never agreed to that.
How many more minutes do I have? You're done. Okay, that's okay. All right.